Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bree from With Lovely, and today I have a process/tutorial video for one of Scrap Diva designs from my design team package that I received from her. So this is the die that I shared with you guys previously in my most recent design team unboxing, and it's a bunny mini album. But I thought I would make a cute little Easter basket to put some goodies in for either Happy Meal or if you're throwing a little party, or for your own kids. So I wanted to show you guys what I kind of came up with. And I did get some things prepped, but I will definitely be going over how I created the box part. It's really easy, and you can kind of alter the measurements as you wish. So for me, I started with an 8 1/4 by 4.5 inch piece. I do prefer that you would cut it by 8 by 4.5 because the score lines for the size I went with are going to be the same, whether you do an 8 1/4 by or an 8 inch piece. So this is 8 1/4 by 4.5, but I do recommend doing 8 inches just because the size of the bunny on the top is a little bit thinner than the bottom. So with my basket, it's gonna just, the top part's gonna be curved in a little bit, not by too much, but like I said, if you cut it by 8 inches, you probably won't have that issue. So anyway, I'm gonna show you guys with this 8 1/4 by 4.5 inch piece because that's what I have already set here. So what I'm gonna do is grab my scoring board, and I am going to switch this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is start on the 8 1/4 inch side. And like I said, measurements are going to be really easy. So what you're going to do is put the 8 1/4 inch side towards the scoreboard, and you're going to score at 3 inches. And then you're going to flip it all the way around, and then you're going to score again at 3 inches. Okay, so again, 3 inches, turn it all the way around to the other side and do another 3 inches. That leaves you with 2 1/4 in the middle. So again, if you do an 8 inch piece, you're going to be left with like a 2 inch centerpiece. So just keep that in mind. And then on the 4 1/4 or 4.5 inch piece, sorry, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, and then turn it and score at 1/2, and then that's it. Then you're left with this. So I don't know if you guys can see the score line there, but that's what it looks like. And then that's literally it for the cutting and the scoring for the box. Okay, now to put this together, just fold all your lines. I'm using thin paper because this is going to be my template that I'm going to put with all, I'm actually going to put this with the die, but yeah, so I'm using thinner paper, but definitely you want to crease your lines with a bone folder if you're using thicker paper. And then you're going to take your scissors, and each of these score lines on the 8 1/4 inch piece, you're going to cut up to that 1/2 inch line. And then what I do is I notch them a little bit only on the insides. I don't do it to the outer parts because that's going to be shown on the top, and I don't want that to be like at a diagonal. So I don't touch the ends, just the middle. Okay, cool. So, alright, now when it comes to putting this together, I will show you guys on the actual box that I'm making, because this again is going to be my template. I will make sure to tell you guys the layering pieces that I put on here as well in case you would like that. But let's go ahead and just get started here. So first thing that I'm going to do is glue down all my pieces. So for the handle, actually we'll go over the handle after, but I just wanted to share with you guys because I'm using a couple of older dies that I received in some design team packages that I received from her before. So one of them was this border die. I don't know if you guys remember this one, but this has some really cute bunny feet, and I already used the butterfly one and did a project share on that one, but I wanted to use the bunny feet this time. And I have, I originally had it cut out in white cardstock, but I just felt like it was too, like, white. I don't know if you guys can see. And the box was this color, so I felt like having it match the box would kind of make it cohesive, so that's what I did. And I did cut the backing out with a hotter pink color, or not hot pink, but like a bubblegum pink. And what I'm going to do is glue these pieces together. So I'm going to quickly do that with some glue. And I was using scraps, so that's why they're cut like this. But my scraps were good enough to get the exact amount that I needed for each side. So that's why I did it this way. But it will cut in one long strip if you get this die, which I do recommend. And I will also have an affiliate code link, or sorry, an affiliate link down below. So it's free of charge for you guys to use. I will make a small profit from it, commission I guess you could say, from your purchase. But again, you know, the link that you click on, it's not going to be charged to you at any cost. It'll allow me to get a little commission to help my channel. So if y'all would like to do that, you can. I also have a discount code, so, you know, you can always look in the description box. There's always a lot of good info in there, I guess you could say. Oh, I think I did. Oh no. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm doing the right side. And I don't mind if this one's shorter because it's not going to be seen anyway. Okay. So I'm going to let these dry. And then for the handle, I did use a handle from one of her dies. I wanted to try to use more of her dies, kind of, you know, combine them from older design team packages. So this is the sand bucket die, and this one I did do a process video on, and I'll link it down below. I have a playlist, but this here is the handle. It comes with a layering die and the backing piece. So for the backing piece, I just die cut it out of this 110-pound cardstock, and this matches the basket. And then for the layering piece, I used this piece right here, and I didn't say what collection I was using, but I am using the Parasol collection from Crate Paper because I am working on some mail with that. So that's gonna get glued onto there. So I'm just going to use liquid glue and just make sure that I get all the like little sewn pieces. I did sew this piece here and some of the layering pieces, so I did that off camera. Okay, I'm going to use a bone folder to kind of help me. Alright. So now we'll let that dry too. Okay. Let's make a shaker because I want this to dry. Well, technically it's not going to because this is my first time doing this this way to make a shaker. But basically what I did was I stitched all the pieces onto the backing layer. So for this die you get the outline, which creates the top part of the shaker. And this is the boy, and I'm also going to do a girl, so that way the basket has both. And it also comes with a backing piece and a layering piece. So the layering piece cuts out the same size as this piece. The backing piece here cuts out a little bit bigger. So I don't know if you guys can see, but there's this very tiny outline from that backing piece. And I don't mind that. So I felt like it was going to be easier for me to stitch around this. I was risking it though, because it's not super thin, so it was actually pretty easy to stitch, but I was a little nervous because, like I said, I don't really stitch much anymore, but didn't turn out too bad. So yeah, like I said, this one is the boy one, so I thought I'd put the girl one together because there are a couple more pieces for her, so that way you could see all the dyes being used on that bunny. So this one's already done, and well, okay, so here are all my pieces for this bunny. And you guys, I had to cut out the eyebrows multiple times because I lost it for the boy. I made sure the curls was here, so it is here. And all these little pieces, I'm just gonna put right here for now. And what I'm going to do is work with the shaker. So the way that I did this was I glued just some parts of the piece right here, this layering piece. I glued some of it to the acetate. So I'm just going to put a thin line. And I'm using poster board from Dollar Tree for my shaker. You can double up on your foam, but I think that might be thick to put through your machine. So for me, because I used only one, it was actually pretty easy to sew through with the one layer of poster board. So it's all up to you. I definitely did not mind the one. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this onto here. And again, just a little bit of glue. It's going to end up getting stitched anyway, so you don't need much, but just enough to keep it somewhat stuck, so that way when you stitch it doesn't shift. So here we go. And I made a mistake by stitching the bottom first because I wanted that to be open for my sequin mix to go in. So this time I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start by stitching around the circle, or like the body part, but I want the beginning of my stitch to be at the bottom. I'm just very, like, I guess OCD now about it. But yeah, okay. So now again, gluing this like this, very small amounts of glue. So I don't know if you guys can see, but oops. There's just a really small amount. You can't even really tell because of how little I put, but you guys can see. It looks like that. And then I'm just going to line this up like so. Okay. And then what I did was I brought it to my sewing machine and I stitched around the outer edge. And so I'm going to bring this to my sewing machine and I'm going to do that really quick. Okay, so I kind of messed up right here and here, but this is how it looks. So I just stitched from here to here. And then once I close it up, I'm just going to go around here and then lock it up. Okay, so I'm going to cut off these little strings so that they're out the way. So my daughter is actually at her grandma's, my mom's house, my mom and my dad's house. And I have never been away from my daughter for more than a couple hours. I am usually with her since she was born, for 2 whole years. 2.5, I must say. So yes, I am sad because she's my best friend and it gets really quiet without her here. But I was in the emergency room the past couple of days, and no, I was not there continuously. I went back because my son has been showing bad signs of something and finally got results. Long story short, he is in the process of healing, so she's been at my mom's or my parents' house. And yeah, you guys, I've just been lacking sleep, but I've been wanting to craft. So it's like 1 a.m. My son is sleeping right now, and I am trying to just focus on myself because, sorry. Okay, yeah, so anyway, before I continue, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these pieces together because I just kind of want this to sit a little bit and then have these dry while I get the shaker stuff in here. So I'm gonna put the glasses together. The glasses I did cut out of foam, so this is the poster board, foam poster board. I die cut that so that way it's easier for me to glue onto the acetate. Because I did also die cut the glasses out of Mylar, and I hate gluing Mylar or acetate to Mylar or acetate if it's not stitching. So I try to do it with paper or something that'll be easier. So I did foam, so that way it kind of also pops off of the bunny. And then I did the top layer out of gold glitter cardstock. Looks like this, and I did that for the boy too. And then for the bow for the boy, I only did the top piece and the middle. For the girl, I did the top piece, the tail, the bottom piece, and the middle. So all 4 layers for the girl. And then I did the girly eyes with the lashes, the little nose, eyebrows, and a pink heart for the nose. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all this down. But yeah, so I was actually in the emergency room for my daughter. She ended up getting conjunctivitis. And then, like, 2 days later, I'm back, or 2 days later, I'm calling my son's doctor because he's come down with a really high fever. And so, you know, I want him to be seen because my daughter had conjunctivitis. I just want to make sure, you know, he doesn't have it. So then they tell me, oh, he has flu B. Just have him rest. Come back on Friday. Mind you, it's Tuesday that we go. But Monday he had his fever. Anyway, Tuesday we go in. And she tells us, come back Friday. This is not his actual doctor. She wasn't in. But it was another doctor that works there. And she told us to come in Friday if he's not getting better. Well, Thursday he got much worse, and I was like, no, this is not right. Went to the emergency room. We were there for 7 hours from like 8 to 1 or 2, whatever. And then they sent us home and said, you know, it's just let him rest, whatever. The next day, I was like, it's been 5 days. His fever has been at 103. 102, like constantly. He is getting worse. He's showing way more signs, not eating as much, drinking. I was like, this isn't right. When a baby is sick, they get better like every day that they're sick. They should be getting better, not worse. So I went back and I said, I was here last night and my son is getting worse, and I've been telling the doctor that it's just not right. So finally they took us into like the emergency area where we actually get to go into a room where they could do tests and stuff, and there's a bed, you know, not just a computer. That's what they did on Thursday. And yeah, they figured out what kind of virus he had. It's like one of the nastiest viruses a 1-year-old can get. And it caused him to have like a minor UTI, which I asked them to treat because at first they weren't going to, but I lost my godbrother to that, so I was not gonna you know, do no treatment until like we find out what it is, because they said it could possibly be from the virus he has, but he also got conjunctivitis from the virus he has. So the virus basically was spreading out. And yeah, the doctor that helped us Friday was the same doctor that helped us out Thursday that sent us home. And I was like, I did not sleep for 16 hours. But he was like, I'm glad you brought him back. And in my mind, I was like, okay, dude, like, I literally was telling you all this stuff the night before, and you literally just sat there like you didn't really care. I know I'm just like a mom who's freaking out, but you can tell when someone really cares about their patients. I've worked in that workforce before. But yeah, anyway, I know that's not what you guys came here for, but that's why I haven't been posting. So I just want him to get better. He has a bad cough, congested, not eating. Well, he's actually eating a little bit better. He had like 2 diaper changes today, 3, but yeah. Anyway, sorry guys. Stay at home mom things, I guess. Could be worse. Alright, so for the bow, I'm gonna stop talking about my kids now and my long days, but for the bow, there's 4 days. 4 pieces. Okay, so this piece is the tail. I'm gonna put that first, and I'm just gonna glue the middle, so that way I could kind of like flare up the top, or the tips of them. So I'm just gonna glue that part down, and then this part I'm gonna put onto foam, so that way it's kind of raised up. But I'm not gonna glue the whole thing down, just so I can have the edges of this flared up. So what I'm gonna do is cut just a little thing of foam and glue that down. And then that's gonna get put onto there. So just a little bit of glue, hot glue. And put that bad boy on there. And then this little piece right here that goes in the middle, I'm gonna cut a piece for that too. And I'm gonna put that here. But yeah, so I won't be seeing my daughter for another 2 days. We just want to make sure he's fully okay, because if he's not doing any more diapers, or if he's he gets another fever, because he hasn't had a fever all day, but if he gets a fever after being non-fever for 24 hours, we have to go back to the emergency room. If he hasn't peed, like, sorry, TMI, but if he hasn't had a wet diaper a certain amount of time, we gotta go back to the ER. So it's kind of like a waiting game. Alright, so here's the bow. I'm just gonna flare up the edges like this. And that's gonna go in here. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of curl it up just so they kind of stay like this. That's gonna wrap around there. She's already looking cute. Sorry if I'm like down here, guys. I tried to like not get all the mess, or else it'll distract you. Okay, now we're gonna do the, well, actually let's do the nose, because the nose has a little heart that goes on top. So I'm gonna do another piece of foam. Cut small piece. But yeah, you guys, I want my baby to be better, because I hate seeing him the way he is. His eyes are swollen, watery red. He's like really agitated. Sometimes it's hard to console him. Just understandable. I mean, he's hurting. But anyway, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about my kids anymore, but they mean so much to me. My voice cracking and shit, because It's like 3 now. No, I'm just kidding. It's like 2 in the morning. Oh, no, I'm not tripping. This is 21, you guys. Oh, my sleep schedule is jacked up. Okay. Anyway, so let's do the sequin mix so I can go to sleep. But anyway, this is my mix. I think I'm gonna have to make more, but I was gonna put all of this in this one right here, but because there's like stuff around, you know, like the face and stuff, I didn't want it to be too distracting up there by having too many sequins. So this might be enough, but this is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can catch it. It's so pretty. I added a little bit of this, like, I had a sequin that looks exactly like this powder blue, and I wanted to, or I did put it in here, and I ended up taking them all out. So that was a task. But anyway, okay. So now filling this up, you just open the bottom like this, and then you just fill her up. I'm just gonna take my sequins. Oh, snap. Do this. Okay. And, you know, just put what you feel like you need. I want more of that mint green. Let's see. Okay. Is that enough? I just put a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I think that's enough. Like I said, I don't want it to be too busy. So now I'm going to take this back to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew this down. Okay, so now it's sewed at the bottom. And I messed up here. I don't know what was going on there, but anyway. Oh god, that's not on the sequins. It's okay, because she has a bigger bow anyway, so it'll be fine, because it'll be covered. Oh yeah, totally fine. Okay. Ugh. Get down. Get down. Okay, no, that's not happening, but whatever. Okay, that was, yeah, it was bugging me. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is put the eyes first. So I'm just going to kind of guess. So this one's going to go here. Snap! I forgot to close my glue. And here. Ooh. Okay. I forgot she got girl eyes. Okay, so I'm going to take my tool and pop her eye here and here. Oops. Cute. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to use Mylar for the glasses so that way it looked like she had like, or like they had that, I had that blue blocking lens on there. So that looks cute. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and glue the glasses on. The same. Drop that on there. Cute. Alright. And then for the nose and the little mouth, put that on here. Alright, and then the little eyebrows. I'm just going to put like a dot of glue. Alright, and then the bow. So that's gonna get glued here. Did I pop this one? I want them to somewhat match. No. So I'm just gonna glue this. And I use liquid glue. I feel like the hot glue, it just pops off. Liquid glue, it stays on, so. And these are gonna touch the paper, the sides, so the part that wraps around her neck. So I'm gonna put some glue there. So cute. Alright. Honestly, I could have put glue all over. I don't know why I didn't, but oh well. Okay. How cute is she? So here is the boy and the girl. Can't really see his face. But that's how they look. So now we're gonna put the box together. Okay. So for the box, I am going to glue the insides down. So I use this like, lattice paper, and that's gonna go on the inside. So I'm going to use just some roller adhesive. Oop, come on. Okay. And for these pieces, I cut them into 2 2 7/8 by 3 3/8. I just made them 1/8 of an inch smaller. Okay, and then this is for the middle, so that's gonna go down here, and this piece measures 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. If I remember, I will write the measurements down below. I didn't even write them down myself, so gotta do that. Okay, cool. So that's the inside. Now you can choose to put these on the inside like this, where it goes out like this, the bottom flap. Hello. Like this. I'm not, because I don't want the inside to look weird like that or have those extra pieces. So I'm going to do this. Even though it's going to be covered up, I'm going to do it this way because that's what I prefer. But again, that's up to you. So let me glue these down. And I just need to make sure for the bunny. Oh yeah. Actually, before I glue it down, I'm going to try to do this. I need to figure out... Oh, yeah. Okay, so my bunny feet. These are going to go... Do one over here? The inside. Yeah, I'm going to do it on the inside. So I need to glue... Oh, snap. See? I always do this. I forgot to cover... I was going to cover it up with this piece. Maybe I can take it out. I'm going to cut this off and measure. Obviously, this is optional because it just depends if you have the die or not. I'm just going to cut off some of this and this. Oops. So I just need to make sure it's going to go in here. Okay, so I'm going to try to lift this piece up with an X-Acto knife. Good luck to me. Okay, I think I'm good. It's going to just be a little wrinkly, but it'll be fine. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down with some hot glue. Inside. Like that. Just looks cleaner that way. This looks like that. Same to this side. Okay. Trim this off. Okay. Perfect. And glue. Perfect. Cool. So this is what it looks, you guys. Oops, I got a little too excited. Shook the camera. It looks like it's connected. So I'm kind of glad, well, I'm really glad that I used the same color cardstock as the box. But that's going on there like that. And then for the handle, do I want it behind? I kind of like the strap behind the bunny feet. Yeah. So I'm just going to make it to where you can't move it because I like it hiding. So I'm just going to glue this down like this. So, alright, and I'm going to add more glue to this once everything gets put together. But let me go ahead and put these layers on since I'm not going to do anything else to them. Make sure they're going upright. I cut this butterfly paper wrong twice, so, and of course it's the butterfly paper. The birds are about to chirp. They usually chirp around 4. Okay. There we go. Cute. This is the inside. Alright, so now let's go ahead and put this on. So this is the front of the box. So I'm going to use hot glue to glue these down. Like this. Like I said, you could do 8 inches, not 8 1/4, just because you want to make sure that it doesn't show through the sides. So, okay, so I'm going to do that again so that you guys can see. So what I'm going to do is take the bunny and I'm going to place glue. You can do liquid glue because it's going to dry quick if you do hot glue. And you just want to make sure the box meets this corner. Right here. This part right here where the head and the body meet. So you don't want to make, like, you know, it can go in this way if you'd like. But, you know, I want it to try to be as wide as possible. So just keep an eye on that when you're gluing it, which is why I prefer using liquid glue. So line it up at the bottom and then just make sure cool. Alright, so this is the box. You don't need to worry about this because it's just going to get glued onto here and then you're going to cover it with paper. So what I'm going to do is put glue all over this. And I'm going to put a little extra where the pieces meet. And up here. It's cold here, so I gotta hurry up. And make sure this lines up. And I usually use liquid glue for this, but because it's so late, I'm going to do hot glue. Yeah, you guys, it's already glued, or it's already dried out, so I need to hurry up and glue it. There we go. A little Uzi doesn't hurt me at all. I could just use a, where's my tool? Just some kind of tool to hide it from the hot glue if you put too much. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same for here. Use liquid glue, you guys. It'll be so much easier. I wanted to try to get another project done, even if I don't record it. So, I is rushing. Okay. Sure it's all down. Okay, so the inside looks like this. And if you use liquid glue, it's not going to look all gappy like that right here. But this is what it looks like for right now. And what I'm going to do is put my layering pieces inside. And I might have cut these a little too big, so I'm just going to trim them down. Okay, so I think I just cut them a little too small, but it's whatever at this point. So I think I'm going to use liquid glue for this part. I'm just going to throw some on here. And then glue it in here. And same for this side. Okay, so here's the inside. And the cute outside of the box. Adorable. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the little strap here, or handle. Put this away. And I wanted to wait till the box was put together so I could put this in and it'll be where I want it, so. Okay, perfect. So, I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue to both front and back. Okay, push it down. And then same with this. Gonna clean it up just a little bit here. Okay, and then last thing, I'm just gonna add a little bit more glue to here because again, I forgot to add my handle first. And as you guys can tell, this is the first one I've made, so it's a mess. Okay, you guys, so my box is all done. Just kind of got the edges here. But here it is. How cute. It might be a little hard to get stuff out because originally I wanted it to be able to move, but I think it's cute like this. So you could still like put little like gifts and stuff in here for somebody to reach. Probably some like you know, flowers or things that they can just pick out, like let's say put a baggie of sequin mix, you know, or something in here, something they can pull out. Chocolate, candies or anything like that can stick out. You could put some grass so that was kind of on top, some like handmade flowers. But like I said, you can even have it move, the handle move with a brad and cover it up. But I really wanted the feet to show, and it was too late for me to leave space for it to actually move around and put a brad through, so that's why I didn't do it. But definitely the next one I will. So here it is. This is how my cute shaker bunny box turned out. I don't do Easter stuff, but I thought the bunnies were perfect for spring, and Parasol definitely is like a spring collection to me, so I use that. But look at how cute this is. I did do stitching on the handle as well. Here's the boy. The girl. The little shaker. So cute. But there you have it, you guys. So again, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. But this is again from Scrap Diva Designs. I will have all the links and info down below for you guys that I talked about. Again, it is an affiliate link, but it is at no cost to you. I just make a small commission from it to help my channel. It will be very helpful if you use it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys grab this die. If you guys do, please tag me in what you create. But I hope that you guys have a great day, whatever day it is that y'all are watching this, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.